NAR just released their 2025 member profile report, and the data is fascinating. Now, I think this data is mostly from 2024, so it's a little bit lagging. It has every type of characteristic you might want to know about a real estate agent. I'm going to highlight some of the top ones. And by the way, I'll be quoting from an article in NAR magazine. The article is Income Steady Even as Market Slows, 2025 Member Trends. And the article is written by Melissa Dittmann Tracey, and it's a wonderful article. I'll put a link to the article below. You're definitely going to check it out. But here are some of the key stats from the 2025 profile. Positively, 74% of realtors are very certain they're going to stay in the business for at least the next 2 years. That's good. Now, I'm gonna give you the highlight here, but I'm gonna go into the details in a minute. Median gross income for all realtors is up $4,000 in 2024 to $58,100 a year. So the median gross income in 2024 was $58,100 and up from $55,800 in 2023. The median sales volume is 2.5 million with the median sides 10 sides per year. Now, income changes by experience. I'm going to show you the chart, so hold off on that. The average realtor is 57 years old. 44% of realtors are over 60. Many realtors transition from sales, retail, business, or finance. Their primary specialty, of course, is residential brokerage. Secondary areas within real estate include property management, relocation, and commercial. 20% of their business comes from repeat clients, 21% from referrals, but those agents with 16 plus years experience, repeat clients make up almost 50% of their business. So the longer you're in, the more benefit you get. But the median or the average agent faces about $8,000 a year in expenses, which most of those are vehicle costs. And then, of course, they talk about what type of tech they use. The most used tech is the MLS, where they're on mostly every day. E-forms, e-signatures, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, things like that. So we're going to look at the data. The data is really interesting, and then we're going to draw some conclusions and see how it might strike us. So stick with me here as I share you the key data. I'm sharing the first data point right here. This is income by tenure. And so if you see right here, if you've been an agent less than 2 years, you're averaging $8,100 a year. And if you've been an agent 3 to 5 years, you bump up, you're averaging $42,500. If you've been an agent for 6 to 15 years, you bump up to $70,000, and if you have 16 plus years experience as a realtor, I should say, you're at $78,900. However, that's gross. That's their gross income. If you look at their net income after taxes and expenses, the average agent only takes home about $36,000. And in fact, the top agents' median income, the top agents as defined by being in the business at least 16 years, their median income, take-home income is $51,900. I do want to show you one other chart from this article. I want to show you the technology chart. There's plenty of interesting expenses here. This is a list of expenses, but here's the technology. Here's what's interesting. AI doesn't show up as a frequent tech tool. So realtors use multiple listing service. Nearly 58% of them use them every day. 37% use electronic contracts and forms every day. 33% use e-signature. 31% use some sort of doc prep. 31% use a CRM. 27% use some sort of social media. 25%, and on and on. You see it, but nowhere do you see artificial intelligence or AI tools. Now, I'm sure that will change in the next. I'm sure that's going to change in the next survey. But here's the thing: if you're a loan officer, listen to this, man. I hope this helps bring some awareness and sensitivity to the challenges that agents face. Most agents are not making a living. They're not making ends meet being an agent, even if they've been in business for 15 years. If they've been in business 15 years and they're bringing home $40,000, that's not a whole lot for a full-time agent with 15 years experience. And so, if you have that heightened sensitivity, and if agents are your main partners and your main source of business, we really need to figure out how to help, our referral partners, how to help our brethren and sisters over on the real estate side, and so, how can we help them generate more business? How can we help them convert more business? How can we help them get more business from their past clients? How can we help them diversify? The loan officers that can solve that, that's the value they need. Most loan officers can close the loans for them. Most loan officers can help their clients. How many loan officers can actually help them earn a good living? If you cater to real estate agents, focus on that. It's like the challenger sale. Don't focus on what they say the problem is. Focus on the real problem, solve it for them, and you'll be infinitely more valuable to them. So I did a LinkedIn post on this today. I actually cited quite a bit of the data. On my LinkedIn post, I put a link to this article, which was a great article, had a ton of great data. The member profile every year is fantastic. I will try to put a link below, so if you want to just take a shortcut in my notes below, you can click on the link. With that, I hope you had a great week. I hope you're having a great week. I really appreciate you giving me a little bit of your time. I hope you find this stuff valuable, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks so much.